We're gonna do it.
Do it live. All of it live. We're live. Welcome to the live.
Has the thing in
We're
the
live.
front of it.
Bill O'Reilly, you
Lep
gave
in the
us
hood,
so much.
and I'm up to no good.
No, not Lup in the hood, and I'm up to no good. No, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out.
Lep in the
Please,
hood, and I'm up to no good.
please.
Is that the
This broadcast is
leprechaun?
meant for mature audiences only.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of age, but because we value inclusion, diversity, community, love, and laughing at ourselves. This is an independent broadcast. Everything you hear is spoken from our own perspectives as private citizens and does not reflect any employers or institutions. Also, let's be clear, we don't always have the facts. You should absolutely double check anything you hear on a podcast. Everyone gets their mics from the same place, but not their information. If that's not your vibe, we respect the exit. But if it is, buckle up and see you at the 90-Minute Monster.
Wild, wild, wild animal, wild, wild animal. Let's get wild. Animal, wild, wild animal. Let's get wild. Animal, wild, wild animal. I'm being wild. Animal, wild, wild animal. Animal, wild, wild animal. Let's get wild. Animal, wild, wild animal. Get wild. Animal, wild, wild animal. I'm being wild. Animal, wild, wild animal.
Yo, they call me Hannibal, wild man flammable. Fire got a handful, wild man animal. Breeze through slam a few, humpback chemical. I kill, I do my own thing and do what I do. When I'm in the area, my energy will vary.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, everybody. How are you all feeling? That little mute symbol stays on for longer than I would like it to.
Yeah,
Here we are.
2 weeks in a row.
That's 2 weeks in a row, and here we are. Great day to be with y'all. Happy last week of Black History Month, but the entrance and the on-ramp to Black History Year. So very excited. We're gonna celebrate this all the time, the way it's gonna work. We're going to talk a little bit about Monty Python and the Holy Grail today. So we're going to do that. We are also Brian's going to run us through some changes at Xbox, and we're excited about that. But more importantly, no one is going to shout any racial slurs at Marcus while he is presenting, unlike at the BAFTA Awards.
Why did you on-ramp that like that? That is crazy. It is wild as fuck.
That is a wild transition.
He did not give us any warning. He just did that shit on the fucking fly. Like, what in the world?
I am, if anything, but unpredictable. So
I've been reading those. Yo, the thing that's the most disappointing about that is outside of like how it went down is the discourse that has like caused the divide in the conversations. And I'll be honest, I feel bad for the presenters. I also like Tourette's is like uncontrollable. That's what Tourette's is, right? Like that's literally what it is. It's just I feel the discourse is just not what I wanted it to be. It's always a fucking fight everywhere.
Yeah.
Two things can be true. Like two things can be true. Like one shouldn't have said it, but also like people with disabilities are allowed to be in that space. It's like it's such a weird. You're absolutely right.
The BAFTA also handled it weird.
Yeah,
I'll just say that.
Very weird.
Yes. Very weird.
Yeah.
I agree.
But let's get right into it.
Started
I
can't believe
guys,
he did that shit.
How we went right into it. I'm gonna kick it on down to Marcus J. Destin,
And
aka
fix it to me.
Still Black Forever. How you feeling, sir?
I'm still black and black forever. That's how I'm feeling. So yeah, I mean, happy Black History Month as it ends, and happy Black History Year as it begins. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'll be honest with you. It's been a long. I appreciate these guys though. These guys are cool guys. We had a little quick meeting yesterday that I was a little disheartened by. I'm trying to figure out. Straighten me out. Just get your shit together. That's all I can say. If you just got your shit together, I think that you could be a premier platform and we can help you get there. But like you just need to get your shit together.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm going to leave it.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Other than that, I feel great. I feel good.
Good. Dude, I love to hear it. Yeah. Marcus, you were a guest on a podcast
I was
the other day. You were on The Howling Podcast, which is a podcast that shouts out University of South Dakota sports.
Yeah.
How was
Whoa.
it being a guest on a different show?
Very
It's
nice.
it's so interesting because you try not to dominate the microphone, and I think it's also like when you are so used to the rhythm of the flow of the pod, and like I'm used to my guys, I'm used to Damani. But then you
Yeah.
go on, shout out to the Howling podcast, shout out to Jordan Decker, shout out to Chad Berger, shout out to Mark Went. Like they have a really good flow. Their focus is very much more. They're a much more focused podcast than I think what we can come out the gate and be or not be. We have the options of being. I said the options. We have the options.
Marcus, whatever do you mean?
I.e. the first 4 minutes of this podcast, which is the Howling podcast. I don't think it's starting like that,
But Marcus, I don't understand.
but it was dope, man. It was an honor to be back, invited back. It's an honor to be able
That's
to be
awesome.
invited to stay. You didn't overstay your welcome. You got to stay. So shout out to the Howling podcast. I am doing a world tour of podcasting. So unless you're some type of weird racist podcast, then or homophobic podcast or any transphobic or anything like that, then I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
wouldn't recommend going on
Yeah,
those.
don't
That
recommend
does
me.
not-
I'll come, but you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say.
You're not gonna say.
Yeah, you're not gonna like it.
Yeah. Awesome. Anything lined up for this week as you kind of close out Black History Month? Any events or anything that you're working on?
We got a Black History Month game we've been planning on on Wednesday, the
Yeah.
February 25th. So we'll have the Pack Drumline from Chicago from the WNBA. They'll be doing our halftime performance, and our
Whoa.
post-game performance.
That's really cool.
Then we're gonna have like some games. We have 500 Black History Month hats that we're gonna give away. We got a little pregame party. I'm doing $1,000 for the first student org. For the student org with the most attendance, we'll pay for their next event. So we got a couple things
Wow.
that we are like programming and planning
that.
for the week. African Night is on Saturday. I think I'll be hosting that as well. So it's another full week, but I think it'll be a great week to wrap things up. And then on Monday, nobody talk to me. I'm taking off work.
That's good. Good. Take time. Take your time.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I'll tell you.
That makes me more happy. Like the events sound fire as hell, but
Mhm.
I'm more excited for you to be like, fuck boundaries. Like
Yes.
that makes
I'm
me,
learning.
like,
I'm
jacked as
learning
shit.
them.
So, yeah,
I'm learning them. You know, what
it's
I mean?
hard. They are
It's
hard to learn.
It's hard.
It takes practice.
But Doug Dry Lip Wagner. How's it going, my brother? And why you got dry lips?
I don't know. Like, you ever have that happen where you get dry lips and you're like
Yeah.
you just can't quite figure it out, and then it
Yeah.
just gets worse.
Yeah.
I have put chapstick on, I have drank water, and these dry lips just
Yeah.
they will not go away
That is the
at
thing.
all. So
It's worse when you find out at the split of the lip. Like your
yeah.
lip just starts bleeding, and then like you just like, oh no, look at that, my lips are bleeding now. So like, yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, or you find like when you have a runny nose and right above your lip gets
Oh,
dry,
yep.
and you're like,
Yeah.
why does that hurt?
Oh yeah.
Cocoa butter.
So yeah. Yep,
Vaseline.
that's I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cocoa butter solves everything.
Yeah.
But other than that, doing well. I had like a basketball
Chris.
palooza style weekend.
Oh.
Wait, can you describe it to everybody else like you described it to me, Megan and John at the game?
I don't even remember, but I was so over it at that point in time.
He was so over it. Oh God.
Yes. So Brian, so my daughter. So let's start here. I love
Okay.
both of my children.
Great
Oh, it's
start.
gonna be one of those. All right,
Great
I'm
start.
unseated.
I love both of my children very much. And I am
Yeah.
so glad that we live in a town where they can try things and there's camps and clubs and things for them to try.
Absolutely.
All right.
But I had to sit through a high school basketball game for a high school I didn't even go to. And at the end of it, I was like, I don't want to fucking be here. Like, I don't want to be here. I'm over it. So for those that don't know, Vermilion High School had a cheerleading clinic for girls X age through X age, and Harper participated, and we went to the game because she was performing at halftime. But then like after that, we're like, oh, we're just gonna stay. And I was like, I live across the street, like I don't have to stay, like I can walk home, like
Oh.
and then Brittany
Literally
goes,
across the street.
Yeah.
Brian, you know this, and Marcus, you know this too from like any significant other that you've been with.
Yup.
When you say like, hey, like I could just like take off, and then they look at you and they're like, no, we're gonna leave together, and you're like, well, shut the fuck up. Never bringing that idea up ever again. Like that's just.
I just felt like I'll be honest, Doug, you are kind of bold for doing it because I don't know that I would have ever made another assumption that I could just leave.
Well, the game was, I mean, her performance was over. There was nothing left there for me to stay with for. Like,
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Brian?
I didn't go to Vermilion High School. Like,
Am I wrong? It's okay if I'm wrong. I get it. I understand. I should stay in my single place.
No, here's the thing. I've been in similar situations, and I am at the point where it's like, no, I'm probably here the whole duration because I've been to dance competitions. It's not the same, but like it's one of those things where like, so my nieces, very talented dancers, and from going to these dance competitions, it's not like you can just show up at like 3:40, watch the one dance and then leave. Like it's always shifting. There's always a hurry up and wait component. And I remember the one time I was like, so we can like go, right? And they're like, but the awards ceremony. And it's like, got it. Right. I stopped asking.
What's the snack that you bring with you or entertainment when you have to have these days?
Well,
what's mandatory?
Here's the problem. I am trying to lose weight, so I can't even fucking enjoy anything while I'm there. So like if I'm there before I'm hungry, there's a problem because I'm gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'm hungry. Everything's irritating me. Like so it's just like I essentially turn into a 4-year-old who has not been down for a nap. Like, you know, where they're just in a shitty mood and they hate everyone and it's everyone's fault. That's me. I mean, it was fine, but then back that up. So that was Friday night. So then Saturday night, we're at the USD women's game, the 1:00 game, because USD had a cheerleading clinic that Harper went to. So I watched her perform at halftime of that one as well. And she did great. And I'm so proud of her. And I'm so glad that she was able to do those things. But if I had to sit through another basketball game, I was going to throw myself in front of a bus. Like, I just did not want to, like, trust me, I like sports. I don't like sports that much. Like, I don't like, and here's the other thing. There was a potential third basketball game on the table. So Harrison is a part of the children's choir. Amazing. And the children's choir was selected to sing. They were singing the national anthem at a Sioux Falls Skyforce game, and the Skyforce is the NBA G League. So like, there was a potential third game on the table, and thankfully I asked Harrison, and I was like, "Dude, do you want to stay?" He's like, "No, this national anthem is done. Like, we're out of here." And I was like, "You are my kid." Like,
well, he's got to come Wednesday, right? Like he's coming to he's singing.
Yeah. We'll be there Wednesday, but but it's just fuck, man. It was wild.
Yeah. I love that you act like a 4-year-old without a nap, Doug. I can relate to that energy. Yes.
Happy Ramadan.
Happy.
I would be honest with you. I did consider starting the fast. Like I'm late, right? It's already started. And I've been seeing TikToks of people just doing it in solidarity with their friends, which number one, I think is fire as hell.
Yeah,
right?
really cool.
I'm not sure how Lent works. If Lent is there a fasting period where it's over like Ramadan?
You have an expert in the house.
How does Lent work? Because they both fell at the same time.
Catholic Brian.
Welcome to Ask a Catholic.
No, ex-Catholic. I defected.
Welcome to loaves and fishes in black and white.
No, I grew up Catholic. I am no longer Catholic. I'm a recovering Catholic, as many say. No, you're fine. But I went through it. I did the whole thing. So no, for Lent, the main premise is that you're giving up something that you enjoy to mimic like when like all of the followers went through the desert and had to sacrifice to get to the promised land, all that good stuff. So like for me as a kid, I gave up computer games and for like 40 days, 40 nights, I gave up pop one time. Some people like add something, which is cool. Also you can't eat meat on Fridays. It's like part of the thing, but
that's just on Fridays.
Right. But fish doesn't count, and like my parents never observed it, so it was always really funny when I'd go to somebody else's house. They're like, "Well, we can't eat. You can't order a hamburger. You can't do that. It's Lent." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." And then I got to college and found out the only reason that you could have fish on Friday is because like way back in the olden times, like basically during this time, the fish markets were like, hey, no one's buying our fish. And so the Pope was like, hey, like don't eat meat on Friday. You gotta, but you can eat fish. And that's like how it came about, basically. And after I learned that, I was like,
that sounds like Catholicism.
Yep, exactly. I was like, that's not for me.
You mean there was a weird economic benefit, like a social economic benefit?
Can you imagine?
Weird, huh? Didn't know that. My favorite line.
I did not know that.
My favorite line about Catholicism was not said by anybody I know. It was said by a comedian. I went to go see David Cross do stand-up once, and he goes, well, I could be a Catholic, but I don't believe in monsters. And every time I hear that, I've been laughing so hard.
Is that how we're starting this podcast?
Hey, I said I was a recovering Catholic, so I feel like we're on our way here.
Happy Lent, happy Ramadan to all of those that celebrate.
I worked at a Catholic school. Like shout out to DePaul and the Vincentians. They're real ones. Love them. They're great. They're doing the mission, doing the work. So yeah.
And I will also say before I turn it over to Brian, belief is important, and whatever you believe in is let you live your life.
Refer to the tag at the beginning of this show. Like
exactly.
we love all. We are a very inclusive pod, and people live different experiences here, right?
Yeah,
Two white guy, black guy, former Catholic, Doug and Marcus.
That's the new pod name, by the way.
It should be a former Catholic, Doug and Marcus.
I only had one label. Anyway, Brian Rush, aka Cruise Dad. How are you doing?
Oh man, I'm so happy to be here. I love this podcast. I love being an independent podcast and being in our bag. And if you love this stuff, I'm just going to start my time by saying go to our Patreon, patreon.com/films in black and white. We have a ton of stuff on there now. I'm not even going to promote it all because it's all there. Go check it out. That's the best way to support us. Even if you can't be at one of the paid tiers, just subscribe, because that is the best way to be in touch with all of our content. You get the emails, you get the newsletter. If you're on the third heat, I write a newsletter now every month.
It's a nice newsletter.
The last one was about Wonder Man. So if you're like, wait, Brian has thoughts about Wonder Man, I do. I watched it all and I wrote like 1,000 words about it. So go over to our Patreon. Help us out. Support the podcast. So no, feeling good. I am going on a cruise for my 40th birthday next week. So feeling very much in vacation mode and being cruise dad. Like I started joking with Maggie. I have this persona. I'm like, hey, it's cruise dad. Anything goes. You want to eat ice cream in the morning? Yeah, cruise dad's okay with it. So yeah, that's what I'm like getting into right now. So packing for the vacation, getting all that stuff. We're bringing all 3 kids too. My parents, my sister-in-law are coming too, so it's going to be a party. Feeling really hyped. And then I'm also feeling good because like I kind of saw the magic of movie trailers with my kids this evening right before they went to bed. Like, so Maggie works late, and one of the special things we do when it's just me and the boys is like, hey, we can do like 30 minutes of either music videos, movie trailers, or whatever. And I showed them the new movie trailers, and they hadn't seen the Mandalorian and Grogu one yet. And like, holy smokes, did that just like leave an impression on them? Like, just they were glued to the TV the whole time. And I have two neurodivergent children who can't sit still. They were set. They were planted. They saw the spaceship. They saw the Grogu. They saw my 6-year-old Parker had no idea what he was seeing when he saw this giant white snake monster, but he's like, I love it. I want to know more about it. So all 3 of them are super excited to go see the movie. So I might be bringing all of them to Mandalorian and Grogu.
I love that.
And it was just, I don't know. It's really cool to see like the power of a good trailer on folks. Like it's just gets you hyped. So that's like the high I'm coming from. Right,
Brian, that's how the Minecraft movie was for Harrison. Like when when I showed him that trailer, he was like, Dad, we have to go see that. Is it out? Is it? And it like, and almost like, is it out now? I want to go now. And it's like, well, it's not how this works, but it's coming. So, yeah, dude, I love that for you. That's fantastic.
I do miss that era of just missing watching trailers for the sake of watching them, not to analyze them, not to critique them, but just like a trailer dropped. It was all you had before the internet, before people could put together AI versions of these trailers or whatever. You only had the trailer and you couldn't go off of anything else. And like when YouTube was out, then you could just rewatch it on there. But that's back when trailers were actually teasers and not revealing the whole scope of what the fucking movie is about. You know what I mean? So like, it's just changed dramatically. I missed that.
And I remember like plots, like reading a plot synopsis and going like, I'm excited for the movie trailer. Like when they did, I remember when Venom 1 came out, like when they were teasing like concepts for that, the one with Tom Hardy, I was like, this sounds so fucking cool.
Like because I mean, like they don't have free access to the internet at home. Like they can ask our Google device to be like, hey, do this, but half the time it doesn't understand them, which I'm fine with. Half the time it brings them like skincare products. I don't know what's happening, but like they don't have that access like we do as adults, right? So like to them it was like, I know nothing about this. This is amazing, and it did remind me of like back in like, I think it was 2000 or 2001 when the first Spider-Man came out, and like nobody knew anything about it, and then all of a sudden it was a first person view of like somebody shooting out webs, and you're like, they're making a Spider-Man movie.
That's an iconic
and I don't even remember what movie that was attached to. That's how impactful it was for me as teenager Brian.
Mine was X-Men.
Oh yeah,
mine was the first time I saw the first X-Men trailer, and then X-Men 2. I remember my my uncle coming home, and me and my cousin Zach, and we my cousin Zach and I, we were just two peas in the pod. I was always at my step grandmother's house. Shout out Priscilla, shout out Joe, shout out Zach. That was where I had my love of movies. She had this tower, this TV entertainment set, and it was a tower, and it was just all DVDs on that motherfucker. And that's all we would watch is The Mummy Returns, and we would rewatch the same shit over and over again. That was when I fell in love with fucking movies, right? But I remember him coming home, and me and Zach were we were, causing trouble or being annoying to an adult at the time. And I think Zach had did or said something, and he was like, well, now I'm only going to tell Marcus about this scene in X-Men because he got to go see it early, right before we got to go see it. And it was him describing the scene of Magneto in the prison and pulling the metal out of the man's body. And I remember listening to him like, there's no fucking way that they did this in a movie. And then I saw it and was like, oh, they really did that shit in a fucking movie. I just I miss that excitement behind going to the theater and seeing that shit on the screen.
Yeah, man, it's just, we just know too much these days. Like there's no secrets anymore, which is kind of a bummer.
Honestly, if I was like any marketing person, I'd just be like, give him a 30-second sizzle reel. Don't tell him anything. Just show this person's face, cool music, be done. That's all we're doing, which is pretty much what I feel like is happening for the next Spider-Man movie. There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing for Brand New Day coming out in July, which is like 4 months away. Like we've seen the suit.
Oh my God, you're right.
It is like 4 months. Haven't seen anything.
We are 4 months away. That's crazy.
Wild. That's
Brian,
wild.
are you talking about this fucking hold on real quick, because that's a really good trailer Brian just mentioned. So I think we should just
which one
do it right now. The Spider-Man 1. Is this the one with the Twin Towers?
I think so.
Oh shit.
That's kind of crazy.
Maybe.
Clint, shut her down.
Yes.
Is it this one?
Clint.
Yes. So
yeah.
It's like you don't understand it because there's no big names here. You just see
nothing in this movie, and nothing of this happens in the movie.
No, it does not actually.
No, it's like this could be a Batman movie at this point.
This is how The Dark Knight starts.
I love that they got that Nokia glamour shot, by the way.
Doug, you are funny as hell, but you're right.
This is kind of how The Dark Knight starts.
It's the same kind of vibe. Damn, they spinning them corners in that fucking helicopter.
Yeah, they're like a minute into this trailer.
Back when they weren't worried about a marketing budget or nothing.
Yeah, and now the helicopter's stuck.
Pretty decent or bad CGI. You know, it's like good CGI for the time.
It was good practical. Like, they
Right.
did good close-up shots, and now we got a helicopter and a spider web in between the World Trade Center towers.
Oh my god.
May 2002.
Wow.
That's
That's
all
it.
you
Like,
get.
that's all you needed to do.
That was all
That's
you
all
needed
you
to
needed
know.
to do.
Yeah.
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 Good times.
Like, I remember seeing that, and I was like, we're getting a Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
Like, oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah. And agreed,
Good, man.
Chris. Yeah, agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Spider-Man in the Captain America trailer spoiled a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gentlemen, we have some stuff to get into. I'm excited to get into it, but before we do that, we got to shout out the folks that helped make this show happen. So again, as Brian mentioned, if you're feeling so inclined, head over to patreon.com/filmsinblackandwhite, sign up for a tier if you feel like it. We're going to talk about a movie one of our Patty family members picked, which is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So we'll talk about that later in the show. That was selected by someone from the Patty fam, but we do need to shout out Chris Schultens, Roman Myers, Tim Bingham, Mason Sellers, Logan Rott, Anna Durenbos, Scott Banks, Jan Wagner, Peggy Roush. Thank you all for helping to produce the show. Absolutely could not do it without you, and so very much appreciate your attention, time, energy, effort. Appreciate it all. So thank you much. Gentlemen, I have an interesting game that I wanted to play with you all before we get into it.
Okay.
And I'm going to read you a bad description of a movie plot. So I'm going to give you a bad synopsis of a movie plot. And I want you to try to see if you can figure out what movie. Oh, Chris.
Keep going.
Yeah, okay. I want you to try to figure out what movie we are talking about.
Okay.
So you understand the concept?
Yeah.
It's like explain a movie badly. Explain a
Exactly.
plot badly.
It's
Got it.
Explain a plot badly. So
I do this
Did
all
you
the
write
time at
this
work.
or what?
I'm ready.
I am pulling these from the internet, so they are not mine, and I cannot claim them to be mine. But, gentlemen, are you ready? I'm going to give you two because I think they're amazing. Okay. This movie is about an older sister who ruins a younger sister's chance to be on TV.
What?
An older sister ruins the younger sister's chance to be on TV.
That is. Oh, what?
I'm gonna say, what is Hunger Games?
Brian, this is the Hunger Games.
How the fuck did you get that?
Well, it's all about like Katniss is the older sister, and her younger sister gets pulled.
That is a terrible fucking synopsis. Oh, that's not even the synopsis. That's hilarious.
I do this at work all the time.
Oh,
like,
oh, fuck.
Oh, that was good, man.
Okay, here's another one. Here's
right.
another one. After losing his father, a young boy joins a group of hippies and they convince him to murder his uncle.
Murder his uncle.
Murder his uncle.
After losing his father, a young boy joins a group of hippies and they convince him to murder his uncle.
This has got to murder his uncle. I don't. What the fuck?
It's not Star Wars. It's not. Star
It is
Wars,
not Star Wars,
but it's giving Star Wars.
Murder his uncle. A group of hippies.
Oh, I can't claim it. I just saw it in the chat. Lion King.
This is the Lion King.
What?
Congratulations, Roman.
Yo, I'm bad at this game. Holy shit. Okay. This is like a barbershop synopsis, but it's not. It's like it's yeah.
I feel like this is
This is that would you I mean Roman absolutely nailed it.
Holy shit. I need one.
A small town doctor brings three people closer together.
What the
a small town doctor.
A small town
A
doctor.
small town doctor brings three people closer together.
I mean, like, I don't know why I'm going to Dr. Doolittle. It's not that. I don't know why I keep
not Dr. Doolittle.
Oh, I saw
Roman in the chat.
Human centipede.
Human centipede.
Disgusting. I'm going artificial Chris. I'm going to be mad if this is human centipede.
It is human centipede.
That movie.
That's disgusting.
That
Okay.
movie made me wow. Okay, keep
Yeah.
going. Keep going.
I have two more.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm not even
All
on
right.
the board. Oh my god.
Okay. A young woman finally succumbs to Stockholm syndrome.
Oh, I know this one because I joke with Maggie about it because it's her favorite movie. This is Beauty and the Beast.
This is Beauty and the Beast.
She does have Stockholm syndrome in Beauty and the Beast.
That is one of Maggie's favorite movies, and the amount of crap I can give her about that story is never ending. Never ending.
She does indeed have.
Could be Twilight.
Could be Twilight.
It could be. Yeah.
Could be.
Yep. Yep.
It's the plot to 007.
Twilight.
A man's midlife crisis results in the endangerment of his whole family.
Man, there's a lot of men with midlife crises.
A
in
man's
movies.
midlife crisis results in the endangerment of his whole family.
I don't know. I don't think this is a Steve Carell movie.
This is not a Steve.
Oh. No, but that's not like a midlife crisis.
It's not a midlife crisis.
I mean, endangers his whole family because of it's not Honey I don't think it's Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
It's not Honey I Shrunk
All
the
right,
Kids.
that's fine. That's fine. I chunk it.
What is it?
This is The Incredibles.
Oh, that's actually accurate.
That is
Okay, that's actually
incredibly
accurate as hell. Yeah, that's good. That's actually accurate as hell.
He really does. He really messes that up. Yeah,
Okay, that's actually probably spot the fuck on. Actually,
Okay,
that's perfect.
I got one more for you, and then we can move on. These are great.
Okay.
I saw these the other day, and I was like, these are so funny. I gotta see what they think.
these are good.
Okay, a couple with an insane amount of kids uses their special talents to find their kids after they are kidnapped by a mass murderer who wants to wear their skin.
What
Chainsaw
the
Massacre?
hell?
A couple with an insane amount of kids uses their special talents to find their kids after they are kidnapped by a mass murderer who wants to wear their skin.
Oh,
this
that's
sounds like
funny,
a horror
Chris.
movie.
Chris said 101 Dalmatians.
And
holy
he's
fuck it.
absolutely
Is that
correct.
right? That is actually super
Our chat
funny.
is on fire
Yo,
tonight.
Roman and
That
Chris are
is-
fucking on
we-
fire. How are y'all doing that?
We have the best chat, I swear.
Some
That
of
is
these other
any
ones,
pod.
crazy.
Brian, I want to see if you get this one. A teenager
Alright.
befriends an old man and then kisses his sister.
Oh, that's Star Wars. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's Star Wars.
that's right away.
A young socialite causes millions of dollars in property damage.
Is this Clueless?
A young socialite causes millions of dollars in property damage.
It's not okay. It's not Clueless.
So,
It's
is
not.
this the Facebook story?
Nope,
Iron Man?
Property
not a-
damage.
it's not Iron Man.
Trying to think of like what movies showcase property damage.
It could be Iron Man.
Easily.
Millions of dollars in property damage?
Just the socialite piece is throwing me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Batman.
Doug feels very satisfied, so I feel like he thinks we should get it. So it's not like
I don't think you should. I mean, it's. I don't think you should get it. I think it's very funny to me.
I don't know.
A
I'm trying to
socialite?
think. I guess I'm socialite. I'm immediately going to like a female lead. This could be a dude.
No, Brian, stick with that concept. It is a female lead. That is the hint I will give you.
Millions of dollars of property damage?
Oops, my bad.
A
Let's see.
socialite?
Brian's pretending to be the socialite right now. Oops, my bad.
I was going from Clueless, but it's not Clueless. Man, I'm trying to think of who's causing so much damage as a woman. Like I don't know.
You want me
I don't
you
know.
want me to give it to you?
Yeah,
Marcus, you got a guess?
Nah, I don't. I had a guess, but
I don't.
Y'all
This
hear it
is
on the
the
playback.
Mean
This-
Girls.
This is Frozen.
Of course. Of course.
This
Did
is
they
Frozen.
even have property damage in the feudal
Socialite.
times?
Is she a socialite?
Come on.
I mean,
Come on.
Yes,
That's
I
kinda funny.
guess, but no, those are funny. If I find any other ones, I'll bring them. But these are fantastic.
game.
I love
Yeah,
these.
we're doing
These
that
are fun.
again.
Yeah,
We're
that
doing
was a lot of fun.
again. I do.
Um,
oh, go ahead, Doug.
No, Brian, please.
I did want to say that that Chris, one of our loyal members and chat folks in the chat, he did send me his he plugged in his Choose Your Own Rom-Com cast into
let's see that.
ChatGPT.
Yeah,
like we
read
did.
that.
So I just want to let you know he chose Zendaya. Oh, by the way, you can find this graphic on our Patreon. So go to patreon.com/films in black and white, play Choose Your Own Rom-Com, and you'll be able to see everything we're talking about here. So his cast is Zendaya, Margot Robbie, Emma Stone, Jamila Jamil, and his wild card is Larry David. And you're probably thinking, where's this going? And the cast that he put in, this is what ChatGPT gave him. In the town of Blackwood Hollow, a witch coven has protected the town quietly for generations, and they run ordinary businesses. So they all run various businesses, all of the women that are mentioned. But the central conflict is that the harvest festival is approaching, and something's wrong with the town because it runs on emotional balance. So Zendaya and Margot Robbie are going to have to figure out their relationship before the whole town has this inevitable collapse. And Larry David basically is like the odd man out. He has no idea what's happening. I love it. And the movie concludes with they're running some kind of emotional pyramid scheme, which comes out of nowhere. I love it. Chris, thank you for playing our game. I loved reading your synopsis.
It certainly feels like almost the plot to Hocus Pocus 2.
Almost close to Hocus. Yeah, it's like it's
really
basically Hocus Pocus
close.
adjacent.
Yeah, I like it though. Yeah,
it's so funny how AI.
It's oogity boogity.
Yes, basically. It's so funny how AI tries to make something original, and it's like, oops, it's a classic movie you've heard of before.
Yeah. Oh, we've actually seen that before. Never mind.
Fun fact: this was Cinderella. But thank you. Yeah, and if you have any others, feel free to send them to us. We'd love to read them because those are always fun. Brian. There has been some changes and some drama at Xbox.
Yes.
And very similar to I need to have a special bathroom, you're going to run us down some of what's been happening and we're going to chat about it. So, Brian, what's going over at Xbox?
This is a segment I named this segment in my head. So I'm going to name this segment 8-Bit Brian.
Oh, I love that.
8-Bit Brian on that.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, I just ate a mushroom and got bigger. That was you have to imagine the graphic if you're listening.
It's in there.
Yeah. So lots going on here, and you're probably wondering, Brian, why are you talking about Xbox? Mainly because Microsoft is one of the biggest corporations, and I feel like this is going to have a huge effect, even to movies and adjacent territories with that. And I used to cover gaming for a while, and Doug and Marcus always allow me to indulge in this interest from now and time again. And this is a fascinating story, and it also intersects with AI and our opinions about AI, which I thought would have a good home here. So take a seat. I just want to tell you about some weird Succession boardroom drama that all came about last Friday. And apparently, it took everybody off guard. And who do you have to thank for that? Well, folks, IGN.com is now at the point where they are forcing Fortune 500 companies to make decisions before they can be leaked. So that is the teaser I will give you, and we'll get into the nitty gritty of it here. So I just want to let people know I brought a clip. So we have I made this wonderful slideshow presentation. I made it really fast. So if you're watching us on the live stream, come check it out. We're going to talk about Phil Spencer. If you're listening to us on the pod, all of our live streams are up on YouTube. So if you want to see this presentation as it occurred, you can head over there. One of the great reasons to join our live stream, you get these wonderful visual elements. So on Friday, it was announced Phil Spencer, the leader of Microsoft, Microsoft Games, was leaving. He's retiring. He's been there for 20 years. This dude actually plays games, and to the point where you can find clips online of people being like, I met Phil Spencer. 'Cause, 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 playing Fallout 76, and like he'll have an entire replies and stuff, and it's him, like it's actually him. So like an actual like leader in business, walking the talk, using their own product, and genuinely enjoying it.
Cool.
He oversaw a lot of stuff over the past 20 years. There's a lot to go into. I'm not going to go into all of it, but Xbox has had some ups and downs. They had a console called Xbox One, which did not do well at all, and he weathered that. Came out on the other end, was like, "Hey, I have another Xbox for you," and it did pretty well. So, needless to say, he's good at business and enjoys video games. So he was training up this person. Her name is Sarah Bond, and she was the director of a lot of the business and development relationships within Xbox. So she oversaw marketing, she oversaw the operations. There was another guy doing all the creative stuff and overseeing a lot of the creative processes. So Sarah was primarily focused on the business side of Xbox. She had been in this role a while. She had worked with Phil. I see you in the chat, Bond, Sarah Bond. And she basically was the next in line. I mean, she was like the right hand to the king. There was basically people were like, yeah, this is probably happening. And so she was the president. She was the president of all of Xbox. And so what ended up happening though was they decided to go a different direction. This guy, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, he when he found out Phil Spencer wanted to retire, they were like, "Oh well, we have Sarah Bond. Like she can just do it. She can just step in." And he said no, basically. So we're at a point, right? We're at a point where someone's been being trained up for a job for like a while.
A black woman.
Yes, Sarah Bond is a black woman. There's a lot. There's a lot
in
here.
February as well.
Yeah, wherever you are, Sarah Bond, I hope you're enjoying your day because you got done dirty. And so essentially what happened was last Friday, they were hearing news and rumors that Sarah Bond was out and they were going to install a new president of Xbox. And it got to the point where everything got accelerated last Friday because they knew IGN was going to run this story saying that Sarah was out and this new person in is, I'll get to her soon. So they were all talking about it Friday, like water cooler. So everything got rushed up. Poor Sarah Bond was posting on LinkedIn talking about like, hey, here's some accessibility features for Xbox. To only find out later that day that announcements would start coming out saying that, I want to get this name right here, Asha Sharma would be the new president of Xbox. People like no idea who she was. Like she was from Microsoft, but she was overseeing their AI efforts, which for us, that kind of sends some red flags. If you're installing someone as the president of Xbox,
we're going to see some President Gwat date. I'll tell you that right now.
There's going to be Gwat date all over the Xbox. You got
they got Gwat date all over Xbox.
That's going to fuck up your systems for sure.
If you don't know what we're talking about.
Once you get Gwat date in there, you can't get it out.
You can't get that shit out. You can't Gwat that out.
Scrub. No,
if you don't know what we're talking about, go check out our other episodes. It's one of the AKAs. It's Press A to Gwat Date, and we watched AI gaming footage, and it was awful. And basically, Asha Sharma is announced as the president, and poor Sarah Bond then does not get mentioned at all. It is unclear if she left or if she was fired. And essentially, she updates her LinkedIn later that day. So, like a totally
open to work.
Right.
That's
Friday, 5 p.m. Hey, folks, I'm looking for new opportunities. Time for me to be done, I guess. Yeah. And so basically, Sarah Bond just done totally dirty in this Succession type drama where she was basically next to lead. There was some there was a little bit of conflict with how she was leading some of the Xbox efforts before she was let go. And Asha Sharma stepped in. She was the one that promoted like, this is an Xbox and this is an Xbox type ad campaign. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this ad here. And this is apparently one of the reasons that they didn't want to go her direction, which I think is nuts. So This is the offending ad in question. Here we go.
Huh.
So it's like, this is an Xbox. It's a TV. And then they point to a phone. This is an Xbox. And then they have like a mobile device. This is an Xbox. And then they point to a laptop. They're saying, yeah, like that's an Xbox too. And it just keeps going.
This is a bento box.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I like
That's actually a really good commercial. That's not bad.
I like it. I know other people like I know some of the internet was like, if everything's an Xbox, nothing's an Xbox. But like,
I think philosophical answers.
Right?
Oh,
yeah. Like, don't go on the internet.
Hey, well, actually,
like,
the cat's both dead and alive. Fuck
so
you.
like the whole
the dress is white and gold, not blue and black. Shut the fuck up.
Well, if it's an Xbox, it's my phone, though. Like, shut up. And
if
like,
it's an Xbox, then what's a PlayStation?
Right.
Like,
Right.
We don't need to do that.
So I give you all of this story time to say that people inside Xbox didn't like that ad campaign and then campaigned against her to get her out, which I'm going to show my views here. I think that's like nuts, just straight up nuts to be like, I didn't like this one marketing thing. We should put a person who's done AI and have her lead Xbox. She's not
no
like
experience.
With no experience. She's worked at the new president of Xbox, Ashna. She has experience at Instacart and Meta. I don't like Meta. Meta makes it harder for us to connect with fans on Facebook, so they're on my list. And so I don't have a ton of confidence. But the idea that bringing this all together, Sarah Bond was pushed out because she was like, yeah, like anything could be an Xbox if we can put the software on it. And then she's gone for AI. I shouldn't say that, but it appears she's gone for someone that has experience in AI. That's concerning to me. And that is your corporate boardroom drama story.
Brian, do you think I'm going to say something. This is not my belief, but this is what I could see. I could see how corporate gets here.
Yeah.
So let's preface this with that.
Yeah.
Do you think they went, well, we got rid of one woman of color. We need another woman of color to take in, or otherwise this looks fucking terrible. And do you think they just picked her, or do you really, or is there something that Xbox is thinking about for the future that would imply having an AI background would be beneficial?
You know, I think this is hard. You're looking at tea leaves a little bit, and like AI is I don't want to blame everything. I don't want to blame AI for everything, but I do think in my time in reporting on these businesses, like who they hire and their history speak to where these people want these organizations to go. And Ashna has a lot of experience developing platforms. Asha Sharma has a lot of experience launching things, and so they clearly expect her to launch stuff with Xbox, to do some moving and shaking things, and it's very hard for me to separate that from her AI experience. And I don't think video games are a good place for like more AI type stuff. I don't see it right now. And she basically took to socials over the weekend is like, I'm listening and learning, give me your game recommendations, and I'm not putting AI in every video game. However, like you look at her experience, they clearly want her to do a lot of stuff with Xbox. They clearly want her to start a lot of stuff. So I'm curious, what is that stuff? And you're coming from AI. That's kind of like what it feels like it's pointing to.
I mean, I can think of something off the rip that would make them competitive in a market that is yet to be untapped, which is the virtual assistant market. So as of right now, you know, Microsoft has Microsoft 365. They have Microsoft Copilot. What if you took Copilot and you said, we're going to make essentially your video games AI assistant where you need to ask it for help. It'll scour the internet because it's in a large language model and say, you're stuck on this puzzle. Here's some things that we can do to recommend that you fix it or you get through it. But man, I don't know if that's a space where it sort of defeats the purpose of of gaming at some point in time.
It
At some
does.
point in time, I also think it's really fascinating, like because to me, in my perception, and Brian, you know this better than I do, but my perception of Xbox is they've lost a lot of market share because they have done a ton of effort in purchasing large studios, but we've not seen any production of quality from those studios or those things that's caused Xbox. I don't know what the sales are, but I think PlayStation is leading probably Xbox and Nintendo or close. But I'm kind of, that would be interesting. I just don't see how this helps you take back market share.
Yeah, it's wild. This user on Reddit, and I'll shout them out because I just pulled up the screen. They made like a graphic of what sales are like, and right now the Xbox Series X S, like they're selling less than Xbox One. It is, and PlayStation has totally got that market share. And I want to give a shout out to OK Albatross 948. They're the one that put that graphic together. And that was from last year. We don't have this year's data yet, but and that's the other thing is that Microsoft also moved in to the software space. Like Xbox Game Pass is one of like the best values. And that's what I think Sarah Bond was trying to do is like, hey, we have this Game Pass. Why not get it to anybody and everybody with a device so that they pay $20 a month to have all these games on their phone, on their TV, on their Xbox, on their computer? Who cares? It sounds like a totally good idea. And the idea and what The Verge is reporting is that was like her Scarlet Letter incident. And it's like, that's nuts to me. It's nuts to me that she was like, yeah, let's tell everybody about Xbox Game Pass. And they're like, actually, no, but you over there who's doing stuff with AI, take a shot at it. It's wild to me.
The value proposition for what Sarah Bond was trying to do seems very easy to me. Like, because again, if we're trying to reach more people and gain back some of that market share, we want to try and show you that, like, hey, if you like video games, you don't have to be tied to a console or a computer.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere and do anything and play anywhere and play anything. Like that entry point for the average consumer is a home fucking run.
I mean,
so I don't understand how people didn't see that. And two, and then this will probably be my last point, but the other thing I want to say is, we are dealing with a pretty significant chip shortage when it comes to these types of things. Like, I don't know if you saw this. I don't know if you saw this, like the Steam box. I have no idea. The Steam Deck, they can't even like make those because they're like, hey, NVIDIA chips, we can't get them. So like this thing can't happen. So I'm also curious if you're going to rely on computing power to power your new AI device. Where the fuck are you going to get that level of power to run the machine that you hired this new CEO for? Like, there's literally no entry point where this works unless you're going to make everything an Xbox, and then it doesn't matter because you can use those chips. Like, it just, something about this doesn't, this is bizarre on like 800 levels.
Yes. 100%.
Sorry.
100%. No, you're fine. And I just think it's funny because like the Nintendo Switch has been doing this for years, basically. And like nobody was like complaining about it. I don't know. You can't do it on your phone, but like you're taking it with you, you're doing other stuff.
That's their whole concept was like, yep, fucking take it wherever you want. Like, like it's a Switch. You can do whatever you want with it. So
so hopefully better days ahead for Sarah Bond. Marcus, I didn't know if there's anything you wanted to jump in on here.
I just I feel like as a person who's just gotten back is getting back into gaming.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest move you all could. What's the president's name?
Let me get his name again.
Satya Nadella. Not
Satya. Satya Nadella.
Satya
Nadella.
Satya Nadella. That's, hold on, I'll wait for you to bring it up for the clip. Satya Nadella. That's the dumbest shit you done ever did in your life. Okay. I just feel like as a as a current, I'm playing an Xbox 360. I'm playing Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. I'm playing, I'm playing Gears of War 2 and 3. I'm playing, I'm playing the games. I'm getting back into gaming. That commercial to me is very true because I have Minecraft on my phone.
Yeah,
I have Xbox in my house. When I leave my house, I have a remote control where I can play Minecraft or play Pokemon, with my whatchamacallit.
Yep.
She is right. Sarah Bond is right. Everything is an Xbox. And for the regular everyday consumer, I just think you if that was the scarlet letter, was that pitch, I think y'all are stupid. And if I was PlayStation, I would go scoop her ass right up.
Oh, 100%. And like they could dominate this market.
And she knows all the secrets and has been trained behind it.
Yeah.
I would go scoop her ass up right now
100%.
and put her in front of marketing and say everything is a fucking PlayStation.
In fact, you guys, I really wouldn't be surprised if she found a job with PlayStation or Nintendo or Steam. Like she's gonna because here's the thing, Marcus, that happens all the fucking time. Like somebody like loses a job and they're like, hey, you know the biggest competitor? I'm now representing them. So call me if you have questions.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think that it's dumb, not just because she's a black woman, because I don't know her personally. I don't even know the new president personally. I just feel like when you're looking at resumes, and I know Xbox has been struggling, so maybe you were like, well, we need to be going in a different direction altogether because it's been a rough couple years, and we don't want to you don't want to pass down generational curses and uplift generational curses into new positions because then they never leave. Maybe that's what the fuck y'all had in your mind. But I think it's a dumbass idea, Xbox, for you to fire your expert and not even pair them together to be like, you're the expert that has known the game for 20 to 25 years. We're going to bring in Asha to come in and add a component with AI, and we want y'all to work together as two women of color in Xbox in one of the more like staple gaming communities and concepts. Y'all figure it out together how to combine and intersect. That just feels dumb to me.
I am thinking about what you said, Doug, of like if they really did try to like do a switcheroo of like, ooh, we're letting go a person to color, but hey, we got a new one. So
we gotta have because it's like some of these, not some of them, but corporate certainly has this reputation of like, well, we have to have 5 or people start asking questions. So if we get rid of one, we gotta have another one.
5 what? We gotta have 5. 5 what?
Fucking
get rid of one what?
Pick an identity. We have 5 people who are LGBTQ.
We got 5 whiteys here.
We can't get rid of one, but there's 20 white people. Yeah. It has to be that way. Or if we teach the serfs to read, there will be an uprising. Like that's like, you know what I mean? Like
Xbox, y'all having some wild ass conversations if that's the case.
Well,
y'all gotta get off it.
It's so funny because like this Verge article very clearly is from like people in Xbox that are like doing the company work to me. Like I think we're gonna get another piece that is from Sarah Bond's side, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is background from people who worked with Sarah Bond," and it's gonna be different story, right? That's how these things go. But yeah, it's pretty clear to me. It's pretty clear to me that they were just like, "Nah, no thanks. We're gonna do this other thing that's not great instead. Bye." See ya.
Hey, if we're gonna pick something that we're not sure of, it's gonna be our idea. Like
Bill is advocating for her right now. He's advocating for her in some boardroom right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So this is just like the corpo drama that I laugh at, that is just nuts to me of how these decisions are made. And I'm sure we're going to get something like this for Netflix and Warner Brothers too, whenever that resolves as well. Jesus, so this was big in my world, and I wanted to bring it to you all. So better days ahead for Sarah Bond. Congrats on your retirement, Phil Spencer. Sorry it sucked. Your announcement sucked.
Oh yeah, and you feel bad again. Poor Phil Spencer's just trying to be like, hey, remember all that stuff I did? And they're like, no. AI, we fucked this up like for everybody. Like
it really is like making the retirement party all about you instead of the guy retiring. Yeah. You're great at all. You're great at all. KFC could pick her up, bring back their console. You know what? Why not? Why not? Let's just do it. I forgot KFC had a console. They did it, man. There was a lot. Burger
KFC
King did
got a
Xbox
what?
games, so
They did. They did do that.
Yeah,
Huh.
a lot going on there.
Yeah. All right. Gentlemen, Brian, that was outstanding. Always love it
Yeah,
when
that
we
was great.
dive down the corpo rabbit hole with you. Gentlemen, we had our Patty family friend Roman Myers recommend and ask us as a part of his tier benefit to watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So I mean, considered to be a classic. Chris said at the top of the chat that it's considered one of his favorite comedies of all time.
Did he really?
He did. So let's get. I grew up watching this, so I want us to get into it. So this isn't going to be. So for those listening, watching, this isn't going to be so much of a review, more of a discussion, because again, this movie's been out for quite some time. like a very long time. So like we're not gonna like review it, but we are gonna talk about it and kind of maybe critique it, dive into it a little bit. So we're gonna go there. But does one of you want to give us a barbershop synopsis for Monty Python and the Holy Grail? Marcus turned his camera off.
I'll do it.
Okay. Brian's
I'm
got
not
you.
gonna make him do it.
Marcus, Brian's got you. You can come back. Come back, man.
Don't worry about
Brian's
it.
got you.
Don't worry about it. I got you. So what had happened?
Marcus did the like, don't call me. Please,
Please, for the love of God, don't call
Put my
me.
head down. You don't see me. I'm invisible. What had happened was Monty Python decided to make a movie about King Arthur, and they all played all the roles. So you got multiple people playing multiple roles. You got King Arthur, you got Lancelot. They're all searching for the Holy Grail with some very unique animation. Which if you're on any mind altering substances, that might wig you out. I don't know. And then they are traveling. It follows their travels through, the Britain as they're trying to find the Holy Grail. They have some misadventures. There's some monsters. There's some battles. There's a rabbit that kills people. And then there is a I don't know, anticlimactic climax of the movie that ends the movie. So that's what happened in Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Jesus, that is, I mean, you're right. It's just such a hard synopsis to do. Like, it's just
so
such
difficult.
a hard synopsis to do. Okay, I'm gonna run down some facts and some.
Let's do it.
Some plot. I'm gonna run down some cast. I'm not gonna do budget because this movie came out in 1975. So
those dollars don't even make sense anymore.
No,
nope.
I'll need an inflation calculator.
An inflation calculator, and then I also have to convert it from pounds to dollars, and that's too much math for a Monday. So I'm not gonna do it. But the cast of this movie is the Monty Python comedy troupe, which is Graham Chapman, John Cleese, Terry Gilliam, Eric Idle, Terry Jones, Michael Palin, Neil Innes, Sandy Johnson. And then there's some other folks in here as well who play like one-off characters that, full disclosure, we wouldn't really know. They're predominantly British actors because that's where they were set. But so that's the cast. So for me, and I'm gonna start here because I think this is interesting. For me, Monty Python was always a comedy group that I grew up absolutely loving because of the way in which that their sketches were written.
Yeah.
And they started off on BBC running a 13-episode series called Monty Python's Flying Circus. And essentially this was a like, hey, it's essentially a sketch comedy show. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And then as they grew to popularity, they started this foray into making movies. And they did 3 movies total. They did Holy Grail, they did Life of Brian. Life of Brian is it's sort of a religious commentary on
Jesus one, basically.
Yeah, it's essentially about Brian, who was born in the manger next to Jesus, and how Brian gets wrapped up in all of these religious things, but isn't like he has no spirituality to him. He's just like a regular dude, but he gets caught up in a lot of the things at the time. And then Meaning of Life, and Meaning of Life was their comedy that talked all about, like, tried to basically breaking down birth to death and kind of running everything down from there.
Yeah.
So Holy Grail was the first one I watched. I would probably venture a guess that for most, and Brian, maybe this is you, because Marcus, this was your first time watching.
Yes.
But for Brian, this is probably the first Python movie you watched.
I watched Life of Brian first. Funny enough, this came after, and I had not watched this all the way through. This is the first time I've actually watched the movie all the way through. I had only seen it in snippets up until this point.
That's okay. Got it. Marcus, as someone who has not seen this before, tell us about your experience, because you shared a little bit with us before the chat, and I want to start to say, like, your experience is fine. Like, this is a safe space. Like,
I'm not going to offend the whites.
You're not going to offend anybody, because here's the thing. Python has very unique, dry British humor.
Yeah.
And it goes over some folks. So I'm very curious to see how you interacted with it.
I feel like that context is important, because I don't want to sound like I'm being like making an excuse, but I grew up broke. So we had PBS, and we had the British, the BBC network, where it was showing like all of the British TV shows about them in the mall and running all of these things. And so I definitely have an enjoyment for those things and that style of comedy. It's just watching this was unique because I've always heard of it. First of all, y'all know how I am with titles in movies sometimes. I thought this was the other one where it was like, is it Princess Bride? Where they like, it's a parody of the knight in shining armor. He's the prince that has a sword. I think that's Princess Bride.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought I was watching, and then I got into it, and I was just kind of shocked by it. Because there's various animation styles, which I think is dope for its time, for you to think of that and to do that. Like, I would watch shit like that to this day. But my first interaction and my first thought was, I don't know what I'm watching or looking at. The humor is there. It's just, it wasn't moving me in a way. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but that's kind of how I felt.
No, that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Fun fact about those animations, No. Terry Gilliam did all the animations.
Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's good animation. I think it interlopes well.
Brian, if you can that one's very good. Brian, if you can on YouTube, can you find the Monty Python Flying Circus intro animation?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I want you to, because it's important to see. It not important to see. It's just interesting to see. Marcus, that is if I had no context and I went into this and I was like, I'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? And especially because there are some very specific like British things in this.
Yeah.
That I'm sure, like there's a scene where they're going through the swamps, or no, they're going through like a countryside, and there are people working, and there's this exchange about like government in there. Yeah, Brian, play this.
Yeah. Here, let me get the sound.
I like this. I like this. I think this is good.
Yeah, that's what all this. That's all that this is. So like, so he did that for their 13 episode run, and so anytime that there are moments of this where and actually Gilliam went on to do other movies besides this. This is the first directorial debut that he had. And he did some other movies that are kind of weird and out there too.
Sure.
But yeah. So I want to start here. So everybody has their favorite bit from the movie that is either a reoccurring bit or is like the part that makes them laugh the hardest. Is there a moment, even Marcus, for you, for someone who is new, and as you mentioned before, I'm not giving any movie magic away, someone who watched this several times to kind of pick up on some of those drier, thicker moments? What is everybody's maybe like favorite comedic bit that came up during the movie?
I mean, I can jump in. I think for me, the bunny rabbit, like the terrible monster that was guarding the cave, I knew what was gonna happen, but like I was still surprised that I was laughing as much as I did, as it was jumping from night to night, just killing them, and also the effects of it are like terrible.
Yes.
Like it's like thick red ketchup basically for the blood. So that also like stood out to me, and I started laughing about it because it was just also absurd. Like I loved that. That is like that's like the easily like one of my top 3 moments in the film, followed by like the bridge sequence. The bridge sequence is
the 3 questions. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I think I like the fact that they didn't have horses, so they were just trolloping everywhere. Like I thought that was kind of stupidly funny. But then I think I like the cuts when they're like going through the forest, and it's cutting from them like trolloping in the forest, and then it cuts to like the knights and in like chaos. So there's something happening with the knights, and there's like they're getting ready for war, but they're like galloping back. I like those quick cuts to kind of show the comedy. In the cuts of the movie, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that counts as one.
Yep. My favorite bit is the 2 guards and the lord of the castle talking about guarding his son, and the miscommunication. He's like, make sure he stays here. Then they try to follow him, and then he's going like, well, where are you going? Well, we're coming with you. No, you need to stay here and make sure he doesn't leave. Who, the prince? Like that, because that to me, that to me is one of those things. And then the whole like he's showing up like John Cleese comes in and it's just killing everybody because he thinks the person in distress is a woman. Like that. Like that whole bit too is very funny to me. Roman is saying in the chat his bit is the witch trial of like what floats on water, bread, apples, little small rocks. Like just that, like that level. So that type of stuff. Everybody has their part that is that stands out that they remember from watching this. What are some of your, because again, this is comedy, so it doesn't always land. Are there bits of this that were hard or maybe like didn't land with you that stand out where you're like, it felt like it should have been a comedic thing, but I didn't just quite get it? Like, are there moments of that for this?
I mean, Marcus, do you want to go? I went first last time.
I feel like I'm struggling because it's not that I didn't think it wasn't funny. I just don't think it attached to me enough to remember what was going on.
No, totally fine.
Like I think it's hard for me to remember a bit, but it's also hard for me to remember like what didn't hit or what did hit, because I just don't think. I definitely understand when people watch maybe In Living Color or maybe would watch Blank Man, for example, right? Or Meteor Man. These are very niche black comedy style, or like Shaft, right? Like if I threw a random person into any of those, especially Blank Man, that is such specific comedy that it's kind of hard for anybody. I think you would laugh in areas, which I did laugh. It wasn't like I just sat there stone faced. But it also was like, I feel like I'm missing the joke. But this is the joke. I just feel like I'm missing it. Yep. So that's kind of how I was feeling.
No, that's fair.
I get it. The shrubbery stuff, totally. I bounced off of all that. I bounced off all of the shrubbery jokes. And that was like a 10-minute sketch too. Like, because that was the other thing with this movie. Because like for parodies, that's the other thing too, is like say Scary Movie. Let's just say that.
That's a good example.
Like that format of like, there's like little bits that are continued, but you're not in a sequence for 10 minutes if it's not working, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
they rapid fire those jokes so fast. And so for this, if it's like, I'm not really into the shrubbery joke, I'm bouncing off of it for like 10 minutes and being like, what's the next bit? What's that gonna be?
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the next one was. I do think that was like when they met the John Cleese sorcerer character and he's blowing stuff up. So that like I was like, okay, I'm back into this. But it was also the Camelot musical number when they like go to Camelot. They're like, no, let's not go to Camelot, and everybody
it's a silly place.
It's a silly place, and I was like, okay, like all right, sure. And I liked the joke though that it was like, oh, that's just a model anyway. I enjoyed the meta humor in this film.
I do
so
like
much.
Humor. Yeah.
Like the credits worked for me the whole way. We fired that person who was doing the credits. And all I could think of was like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine bringing somebody to a theater and like this is how the movie starts, and if they're not aware of it, like I can't imagine what that experience would have been like in 1975 of like, yeah, let's go see what is this in the theater. Like so, but yes, that is why I did bounce off of the shrubbery a little bit, but I mean it was fine. We moved right along.
Yeah.
I also think the time period of when this movie came out also matters, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, Brian, like I think Scary Movie is a good example. Not Scary Movie 1 and 2, but once you start getting in Scary Movie like 3, 4, 5, and you're kind of just thrown into the middle of it, you're like, I understand what the humor is supposed to be.
Yes.
It's just not. It's not hitting like maybe once comedic styles of movies that this maybe have branched off from. Like obviously, this movie inspired other movies. Like we know that, right?
Yeah.
And so you'll see
100%.
the evolution of comedy and the evolution of sketching and doing this type of comedy in other movies. I know that. It's just seeing the original root of it is just kind of like, oh, okay, that's where that kind of comes from. Or I wonder if this movie, if X movie got this from that. So yeah, I feel really bad about it because I just feel like I should like this. I just feel like I should like it.
No, but here it's also like one of those things. Again, this is how I feel about certain classic movies sometimes. And this is why I will never complain to be like a cinemaphile or whatever it is, somebody who like loves movies, because there are some folks somebody who's like, you know what my favorite movie is? Like fucking like Dr. Zhivago. And I'm like, okay, cool. That movie was made in like 1967 and I feel like I should like it, but can't get into it. This definitely has that, like, it was made in 1975. It was the first time they made this movie. The concept for this was they wanted to cut back and forth between modern times and medieval times, but didn't have enough for medieval times. So they had to write more sketches to get more medieval shit like in there.
That's
like when
so
they were going
funny.
through the writing process.
Interesting.
They also, and more than likely, the reason why I feel like they didn't have horses had no reason to do with the fact that they couldn't get a horse, but it's because it had everything to do. It wasn't a choice. It was like the budget didn't allow, so they had to come up with a comedic reason to do it. Yeah. And they thought like they all got together. I mean, Monty Python was very much like we all got high and thought this was really funny.
Yes. 100%.
And that we put it in there.
Yes.
I should watch it high.
You should. I kind of want to.
Yeah.
But the budget for this movie is wild. So the budget for this movie was $410.
No.
In 1974 dollars. $410,000.
Okay.
I was about to say,
no, sorry. $410,000.
Got it.
And
wow,
why is that surprising still?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But the other fun fact about this is it was actually they had 8 investors for this movie. Does anybody have any guesses on who some of their investors were?
Are we supposed to? Do we know these?
Yes, you do.
Question. Okay, businesses or people?
People. All right, I'm getting my hands off of Google. Okay, I'm not
the Beatles.
You are in. It's not the Beatles, but you are in the same right of there is an English rock band that helped to finance this movie.
Ooh. I mean, is it Fat Bottom Girls? Is it
it's not Queen?
Queen?
Nope.
It's not Queen.
Good guess, but not Queen.
Good
Kind of same
guess.
time period.
It's not Kiss though, right?
Kiss is an American.
No, Kiss
band.
didn't come into. Oh, duh.
Was Led Zeppelin?
Yes.
Oh,
It was Led Zeppelin?
What a
Led Zeppelin contributed 31,500 pounds. I don't know how many dollars that is.
Get out of
Yeah.
town. Really?
Yep. Pink Floyd contributed 21,000 pounds.
Oh,
Jethro
okay.
Tull's Ian Anderson contributed 6,300 pounds. And there is, and according to some reports, Elton John also contributed some money to the making of this movie.
That's just the British people sticking together, though. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, no. That's absolutely it. And
I'm not mad.
so, but just an interesting sort of fun fact about how this was made.
It kind of blows my mind that like these British rockers were just like, oh, you want to make this movie? You want to make this silly movie? Sure, just go for it. Like this whole movie was made because like I doubt it could have been, well, I shouldn't say that, but like the idea that it was brought to us by these English rockers kind of adds like a whole new context to it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I think it also speaks to the fact of like, this is a British comedy.
Yeah.
Like, so they are very much poking fun at their own history, at their own government, about one of the legends that defines the United Kingdom, which is the legend of King Arthur. And they are essentially being like, what if we made something? And Roman made this point in the chat of like, it's just a bunch of adults that are sort of playing pretend in medieval times.
100%.
And intersecting with, you know, and having that be sort of like a what if LARPing goes wrong and this is actually a police investigation at the same time. Like it's all of those things like all packaged together, which is sort of very interesting and very well done. So yeah. It's a fascinating thing. I can see how diving into it. I mean, my parents introduced this to me when I was younger. So like I watched this probably when I was like 13, 14 years old, like, and my mom and dad, I watched it with my mom and dad. So like, and then thought it was hilarious. So just like kept going back to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I do. This is just one of those, this is not all the way true, right? I don't represent all black people. So I'm pretty sure that there are black people who love this film. And I'm pretty sure I could quote people who probably love this film and directors and whatever else. It's just, this is one of those movies for me, didn't make it into my cultural realm.
Yeah.
Of like things to have, like you gotta watch this thing.
Right.
This is not one of them. I watched a lot of stuff growing up because I just, you know, my mom was working, so it was just me in the house, and you watch whatever is on TV, on the VHS or on DVD. And this just wasn't one of those films that was like on there. I was also born in 94. So like at that point, I don't know that I was going to Blockbuster into the Monty Python section. Like not really, not like in the 70s. I wasn't looking at a lot of 70s.
Well, it's also hard because when you came into, so you were born in 94, which means you're starting to come into like your comedy chops around like 2005, 2006. Like think about the movies that came out, the comedies that came out at that time.
Jeez.
That's a fucking era. So like the need, unless you were like unless you're sort of a comedy nerd like me and you're like, well, let me go back to see who gave them their inspiration. And there would be no, or unless you're a big medieval nerd, because I think, because the thing that I think the whole rabbit bit, Brian, I think the whole rabbit bit is supposed to be a poking fun at medieval paintings of how it was always knights and then they're like chasing after a rabbit for no reason. Like this feels very much, it feels again, but I'm a history nerd on top of this.
Right.
So like looking at that going like, oh, that is funny. Like, why is the rabbit there? Like, these are very like, these are very sort of like, and I am not trying to like tear anybody down, but they're deep jokes. And if you don't get them, they're going to go completely over you. And you're going to go, what is this? And that's not a dig. That's how they wrote it.
Yeah. And I think that is one of the things that like I figured out rewatching this kind of, right? I mentioned I had seen bits and pieces of this, but like there was a point where it was either Knights of Knee or The Shrubbery or the camel or the I can't remember, but I was like, I don't know if I have enough like British cultural competence to like fully understand everything that's happening. I'm getting most of it. Like I'm good at inferencing, but it was like I think that's the reason it's not fully clicking is because I am having to work for some of those connections.
Yeah.
None of them are coming up to me right now, but like that is one of those things. And I also feel like not to make everything about streaming, but like in the 90s, right? Like I feel like Monty Python got maybe a little bit more playtime because you don't have a streaming service with everything that has been funny for the past 20 years on your TV. If you want to go see something like this, you have to be deliberate, right? Get it from the video store and maybe like I don't know, right? Maybe your dad has a copy, or you go over to a friend's house, right? And like that was like how you saw this stuff. So it was also like a little bit of a scarcity thing and what was available.
Brian, late night Comedy Central, late 90s played Monty Python Flying Circus.
Did they really?
They had it leading. My parents taped it. Before
after Mad TV.
That was right around Mad TV, and that was back before we got rid of cable. But I remember they recorded some of these, and because remember when we had this, Brian, you'll remember this. Marcus, you might too. Remember when we had this like second invasion of British shit? Remember when the Beatles had like CDs that it was like a re-release and a remaster of all their stuff.
I'm pretty sure my parents got those. Yeah.
This is right when Marcus maybe stumbled along Monty Python on PBS because it was like we're gonna go deep into British comedies like Mr. Bean.
Oh, I love Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean and Faulty Towers and like all of these like old British comedies from the 70s. It's like I don't fucking understand why this is funny at all, but people just like they ate it up. So like the
thing about the British TV shows was everybody was mid 50 over middle age actors and actresses. So like there was no young, everybody was old when I remember watching them. Is Faulty Towers the one where they are where's the one where they're in the mall? They run a mall or they work in a mall. Actually, I might have watched Faulty Towers growing up, actually.
Faulty Towers it was like set in like a hotel. Like
yes, I used to watch that. That's the show that I used to watch. Yep.
Yep. So
Yeah.
again, it was right around that time.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a re-release of Holy Grail in the 90s, which probably spurred some of this. And like it's so funny because like me and my friends you're gonna learn a little bit about me, would then like be like, we can go do that. These guys are doing it. We'll go do it. And like we got somebody's camera and started recording sketches with probably terrible audio. You can't hear anything, and the dumbest jokes you could probably think a 7th grader could make. But like that was the vibe of Holy Grail, of just these dudes playing around in the forest, being like, wouldn't this be funny if this guy lost all of his appendages and he still wanted to fight? Great, we're gonna do that for 10 minutes. Like very much like this kind of like very entrepreneurial spirit of trying to get this comedy. And comedy's hard. Like I'll also say that comedy's hard. So I respect this. I respect this film, especially since it was made for like $400,000 or something that you said. Like that's
$410,000 in 1974.
Oh, Julia Child. I used to watch her.
Yeah. Julia Child. Yeah.
Yep. They did do a re-release, Brian. They did a re-release. A 21st anniversary edition was released on video in 1995.
That's it.
With 24 seconds of extra footage.
That's it.
24 whole seconds, huh?
Yeah.
You know how people are. And it made, when it did re-releases, so its box office in 1975, it made around 2 million pounds. Don't know how much that is in American dollars. But with all the re-releases, it made $5 million. $5.5 million in re-releases. And to show you how much this was like it controlled the zeitgeist of the time, in 2000, Total Film magazine voted Holy Grail the 5th greatest comedy of all time.
Okay.
In 2000, again, in 2000, the 5th greatest of all time.
Man. We've learned so much about comedy since then, and this isn't a dig at Monty Python at all. But
No. It just goes to show what a powerhouse the 2000s were.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Will Ferrell, like, yeah. I mean, Will Ferrell made his mark there for sure.
Yeah. In 2016, Empire magazine ranked Holy Grail 18th on their list of 100 best British films.
Jeez.
Elvis Presley ordered a quote from that Empire magazine article is Elvis ordered a print of this comedy classic and watched it 5 times. If it's good enough for the king, it's good enough for you.
Oh my God. This is what I'm talking about. People peer pressure me. And shout out to Chris, right? Because you said this is like your top comedy film of all time. I think that's understandable. I think I think I'm in a little bit of a cultural and age. I missed it by maybe this much to really know what the fuck was going on. But it's no knock to that.
You're also not alone, Marcus. You're also not alone. Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune said that he gave it 2.5 stars, saying that it felt it contained 10 very funny moments and 70 minutes of silence. So you're not alone. Like if you get it, you get it. If it lands
if you don't, you don't.
100%. So I don't think that that's wrong. So.
I appreciate that. That is one thing I appreciate about this comedy troupe. Like they went for it, even if it was 10 minutes too long. They went for it and they had a vision. And I will always respect a piece of art that does that rather than something like, I don't even know, the Chris Pratt movie that's like Minority Report ripoff, which is just so clearly like junk, like just junk for a paycheck. Like sure, it has its place, but like. I would rather watch this where people were clearly like, wouldn't you think this would be funny? Like, and actually putting effort into it. And even if I bounce off of the shrubberies, I still appreciate it for what it was. And I do feel like, if you don't have something like Holy Grail, I don't feel like parody type movies maybe gain as much traction. Cause if you're telling me this thing made $2 million on a budget of 300 or whatever, I mean, that's nuts. That makes a huge impact on what movies get made moving forward.
I absolutely agree.
And a lot of these actors went on. They started in Python and they went on. I mean, Eric Idle is still doing. John Cleese is still doing things. John Cleese played Q for Daniel Craig.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was the Q to Daniel Craig's Bond.
Oh wow, I missed that. Goodness gracious.
He wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. He was the Q in
Pierce Brosnan.
In the last Pierce Brosnan one because
the final two. Yeah, the dude just disappeared. The old man went down into a tunnel, and then the next time he came up, he was like, "Yeah, I'm training my protege up."
Yep,
and then he was the Q.
Yeah,
that's funny.
So again, they're sort of everywhere. But yeah, this is an interesting. I mean. This discussion for me has been great because I could talk about comedy all the time because there are some funny Monty Python bits that I encourage you to check out that are unrelated to there was one episode of Flying Circus where the running bit is the Spanish Inquisition.
Right.
And it's nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. And that's the opening sketch. It's set around the time of the Spanish Inquisition. But then, because some people, that's the turn of phrase, well, I wasn't expecting a Spanish Inquisition.
Right.
They burst in and go, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Like, even in modern 1970 times. And to me, those running bits, those are always going to be funny to me. Like, those things where it's like, you keep bringing it back over and over and over. It's always going to be something that's funny to me.
No,
and to be fair, if I saw a group like Dropout TV, right?
Sure.
If I saw Brendan Lee Mulligan and that comedic squad, do this exact same sketch comedy and was putting it in a theater, I'd go watch it. Right.
That's a good point.
100%.
Because it's about it's that group is iconic, right? And it's an attempt at comedy. It's the attempt at it, right? And it's all subjective. But if my favorite group was to do it right now, I would damn sure go and watch it. And I probably would say, yeah, this thing is like really great. I love this thing. If you can't miss it because of what it means to me. I don't think that has to by any means knock or water down what, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the domino effect that it set off just because like I'm missing it. And I think that that's okay. And do I rewatch it? I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I'll rewatch it. However, I did try to watch it twice. And so, I do want to say that just because I'm not shitting on it and I'm not quiet because I just didn't like it. It didn't connect with me. That's just the thing.
That's fine.
I also feel like
we should
one
be
of
able
the
to say that
reasons
shit more.
Well, I also think it's important because I think it's good we talk about movies that were made before like 1980 as well, because I think part of it here is that like, they had a shoestring budget and the movie was made in 1975. Techniques have gone far further and far more efficient 50 years after that for what movies we have now. And I'm glad I watched it. I'm in the same boat as you though, Marcus. I don't know if I'm going to rewatch it anytime soon because I also had to take breaks. Like part of me was like, all right, I'm at 45 minutes. I need a moment. I need a moment.
You guys, before this, I have not. This used to be one of my favorite movies of all time, and it used to be, and I haven't touched it in 15 years until this moment. So, like again, I don't think that. But I do think, Brian, to your point, like it's cool to go back and revisit things that inspired the things today we like.
Absolutely.
But if you go back and you listen to it, I mean, go back and listen to like 1978 hip hop. Like,
oh, jeez.
I went.
It's like a jungle sometime, and how I wonder how I keep them going under.
Right. Yeah. Right. I went to the store and I bought some eggs like that. Like none of that. If we were to listen to that now, these are the breaks. Like that is. It's a classic, but no one's like, you know what I want to listen to on fucking repeat? The break.
Unless you were born in the 70s
100%
and had an appreciation for it.
Yep, 100%. This is very much the breaks of comedy. Like that is what this is.
Oh, that's the AKA.
This is the breaks of comedy. That is
wow. Yeah, that's
like you knew it, you liked it, and if you grew up with it, it was yours. But if you're not, you watched it once or twice to appreciate what it did, and then kind of went,
these are the breaks.
These are the breaks. I listen to the breaks when I need a chuckle. That is all the time. No. Any other thoughts on? I do. Again, if you ever feel like you want to get a taste of, like, see if you can find Spanish Inquisition on YouTube. That's a good one to check out. Anytime they do for some reason, the Pythons thought the idea of spam was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
So spam is in everything of their flying circus because they were like, they just couldn't believe that it was like, it's not a meat. It's just spam. So they just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Is that why the musical's called Spam-A-Lot?
100%.
Oh my gosh.
Because again, there's a line
worth it for me to understand that.
Because again, there's a line when they're cutting to Camelot, we jam and ham and spam a lot.
I did hear it.
So
okay.
Yes, it's called Spam a lot because.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep. Learning all kinds of things here.
And I saw Spam a lot on Broadway, and it is a shock that they were able to get the whole fucking musical from this inspiration of a movie. Wow. So yeah. So there you go.
All right.
Cool. Anything else y'all want to say about Holy Grail?
Like I said, I'm glad I watched this. I'm glad I can put this like in context, and I finally saw the whole thing. So I appreciate it. It feels like I got to see some movie history. So that was nice.
Good. Yeah. Gentlemen, what do you all have to plug?
Hey folks, go over to thelovenerds.com. My wife runs that website and business. So you can go over to thelovenerds.com. We'll have it in the episode description as well. She watched this movie with me. She fell asleep during it, so go support her. She's always my partner in crime when I watch movies for the pod. So go support her too. She's got her Etsy shop up there as well.
I can promise you, if I showed this to Brittany, she'd be like, "Did Brian make us watch this?"
She would say that. Brian, I have heard that. I have heard that in real life.
So funny.
Yep,
Yeah.
she'd be like, Brian.
I don't know what you did, Brian, but you have scars.
I can tell you exactly what he did.
Fresh. The movie Fresh.
I thought that movie was okay.
I did too.
She hates that.
Oh
movie.
my god!
like not just like Anakin Skywalker hates. Like, I hate you. Like, that is how much she hates Fresh.
Man, and oh my gosh, I enjoyed that movie. It checked so many boxes for me, and then.
It's
we
my favorite.
We have to rewatch some of these because I remember during COVID we were just kind of like, yeah,
yeah,
was that
sure.
post-COVID?
Whatever.
I would pay to be able to go back and watch Artemis Fowl again.
Yo,
oh my gosh. Yeah, Disney.
Rest in peace, man.
We would pay for that. It's a shame you removed it from your streaming service, you cowards.
Open the damn vault, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, pull that out of the vault.
That won't get us the interview we want.
Nope.
There you go.
Stand by your work, Disney. Show me.
Bring me Mo Diggums, Disney. Bring me Mo Diggums. That's what I want. Marcus, what do you have to plug?
Oh man, yeah, man. Follow the mantra: never offended, always humble, and hashtag bring back Mo Diggums. Go listen to some Soul Tie. SOULTYE. Go listen to some Marcus Destin. More music is on the way. As you know, Big Texas is on the way. But whatever you do, just go stream. Go stream some music. Go stream. Marco Imani is going to be back this Sunday. Damani will be back from his golf trip. So we'll be live 6:30 on Sundays. But please make sure you just support us all around so that I don't have to get a second and a third job. This can be the main job, and I won't have to go to work. When I go to work, it'll be doing this podcast with my friends, my brothers, my family.
Yeah. That's the dream right there.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed our conversation about Xbox and Holy Grail, recommend us to a friend or a family member. That's the best way to support the podcast that you love. If you're feeling like you want to help pick a movie for us to watch, like Holy Grail, but not Holy Grail again, sign up for one of our tiers there, and we would love to have you join the Patty family. Gentlemen,
early 2000s is the prompt for this week's playlist. So if you're joining the Marco and Monty pod, early 2000s is the prompt for this week's playlist. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Roman.
No, that's a good one. Gentlemen, we have a 3-step process to success. Brian, what is that first step?
Hey, folks, I'm here to tell you to read a book. And if you're like, I just don't know what book to start, just pick one. And then if you don't want to keep reading it, don't read it. I'm somehow now like reading 3 books simultaneously. I just pick one up, put one down. One's about a magic lady. One's about enshittification of tech platforms. And then there's another one, Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't know what happened. I've lost a little bit of control of my life. But you know what? I'm reading. So just pick up a book and read.
And remember, listening to books counts as reading. So if you're like, man, when am I going to find the time to read a book? Well, just listen to one. And while you're driving, because that's like 20 minutes that you get of reading.
That's what I do.
Yep, absolutely. Second step is, look, drink some water. That's it. Treat yourself to the good stuff every once in a while. Marcus is right. I have not seen a Voss bottle anywhere but like very specialty stores. So you might have to venture into like Fiji. Or if you're looking for something that is a bubbly, delicious treat, reach for a bubbler. There you go.
Reach for a bubbler. New fruit punch bubbler is out right now, and you can't drink that until you wash your ass. That's the treat. Yay!
That's the reward.
That's the reward for washing your butt. Is a nice, crisp fruit punch bubbler. Don't use that for the commercial because I'm pretty sure they'll let me go if you use that. But whatever you do, wash your ass. Yeah, I mean, it makes no sense to get all the treats of the bubbly drinks and water and great recipes from the Love Nerds and all of these other things if you are not washing your ass. What?
We were both like, where's he gonna? We were like, where's he gonna? How's he gonna bring this one home?
How's he gonna land this plane?
I looked up at both of y'all motherfuckers just like,
what?
I don't know.
What? Oh,
man.
I love that.
That's funny.
I love that. That was great.
That
Thanks.
was absolutely fantastic. We will be back next week, and by we, I mean Marcus and I, because Brian will be on a boat in the ocean. So good luck being on a boat, Brian.
Should we bring the money?
It might be films in black and white, and for once I'm outnumbered. We'll see how it feels. I'll be able to report on how it feels.
Films in black squared and white.
The blackest podcast ever.
The blackest. Right out of February, right into March, changes have been made.
And welcome to March.
We're doing the reverse Microsoft decision here.
Doing the reverse Microsoft. We're doing what Microsoft should do, which is every time a white leaves, you bring in a person of color.
You cowards.
But yeah, we'll be back next week. It'll be a great episode. We'll talk about stuff. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. But in the meantime and in the between time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next
I didn't know what. I'm gonna let it go. End of the pod. Don't intro a conclusion at you.
No new concepts in the conclusion. That's
you're right.
That's not how this works.
Got points deducted.
That is true.
I got points taken off.